Hello, welcome to this free website tutorial video. I'm going to be showing how to quickly create a website and how to get some content on there live and as soon as possible. So what I've done is I've just Googled free website here, and there's going to be a few results, but coming in number one, Wix.com. This is one of the original drag and drop website builders. So we're just going to click in there. Now, if you don't already have sites, you'll be taken to a landing page or a page where they'll display information and try their best to show you sites that you would like and eventually get you to a button that will say create new site. Because we already have this, we can't access that original landing page, so we're going to go ahead and click create new site. And then it gives us just some options here. Each of these has their own sort of templates, but for the sake of this tutorial, say I'm running a business and I'd like to build a better website for my business. So we'll go ahead and click in there, and you can kind of go through here, kind of get their automated system to create a website for you, but this is the classic. Thousands of templates here, and we're just going to start here. So there's plenty of templates galore. They each kind of merge over with the same elements of themselves, but the premise is that you've got a logo at the top left, you've got a header navigation bar in the middle, you've got a big picture to grab attention right at the center screen, some text over top of that image, and then leading straight down into the content. It's a great way to structure a website because it immediately lets your visitors know who you are, what they can find on their website, and what you're all about. So let's go with this construction company theme. And go edit, view, but we'll just go straight into edit here. And just like that, we're straight into it. At the top, we've got our initial navigation bar, and the left side, we've got all the ways we can edit our website. So we'll start it from the very top. At the top, we've got page home. If we click this little drop down here, we see all the pages we have listed. If we click into project 1, this is just an example page. Not much really going on. Bit of a title, text, and image, and then navigation back to projects. All of these elements can be edited at a whim, which is really nice. And as you probably are familiar, this little icon here, our four-pointed arrow, allows us to drag text wherever we see fit, and the lines help us align it. Moving along, we've got switch to mobile here. So right now we're viewing our website in desktop. If we click this little phone icon, go ahead and switch to mobile. And from here we can see the website's changed quite drastically, and by going back to our navigation and clicking on home, this will take us to our home page as it looks on mobile. We've still got all of our important titles and images here. And just go ahead and put it back to desktop for editing purposes. On the site here, this is just kind of some admin stuff. Save our work, any changes that we want to make, we click save. If we want to preview our site, we can click preview, and this will allow us to kind of take away all of the editing features and view our site as a visitor would. And at the top right, we can click back to editor here. Publish the site, a very important button once we've made any and all changes to our website. we're going to want to go ahead and click publish, and these changes will push our changes live, and we can go ahead and click preview as well. Duplicate, transfer site. I wouldn't worry too much about these at the moment. We've got settings here, a little bit more admin stuff. Wix has a feature called Get Found on Google, where they kind of take care of a lot of Google AdWords or SEO, and they work with them to kind of get your website up and running. Roles and permissions. If you want to add partners or editing buddies to this website, go for gold. Tools, basically how you would like your website to look while you're editing it. Just on the left side here, getting into the good stuff here, we've got our menus and pages here. This is similar to our top navigation here, but this allows us to switch between which projects and services, or I should say which elements of our page we want to have listed first. So let's just say I want services directly next to home. I can drag and drop up services, and now that moves up. These little anchor icons represent anchors in the page and kind of tether each section to the home page. So project 1, project 2, project 3, and project 4, while they're not visible through this little hidden icon, we can go ahead and make them visible by clicking show. And now we've just had our page pop up here. So if we want to do some work on this page, we might go ahead and click in to project 1 here. We've got the option to edit text, change an animation, but we can just double click in, and then we're immediately editing this text. And single click again will get us in there, and we can name this whatever we want. And just like that, we can click off. And remember just to go to Site, Site, save that, and then we're good to go. So pretty straightforward when it comes to editing titles. But let's just say this is a paragraph here. And I'm like, okay, well, this looks all fine and dandy, but let's double click here. I feel like the text could be changed a little bit. So go to the font here. Now let's just make it a little bit more dominant. Obviously we have different themes that match the whole tone of the website because we picked a template. So that's a project. And let's just say I've named my project, but I'll add some content later. Let's just make it hidden for the moment, and we'll focus on our home page. That's your navigation there. Moving down, we can change the background here on the second box down. And we can have video backgrounds, or we can have picture backgrounds. You would have guessed it though. You just kind of click in here and select whatever image you want. I like these bananas, so we'll go ahead and go with those. And it's as simple as just exit out of that. And now this completely does absolutely no good for us. Even though I like them, I'm kind of annoyed because I want my building project back. So what I'll do at the top right here, I'll just click undo. And just like that, we've undone any changes in that last step. I can click this as many times as I want, and I can even go forward. And there's that save button, preview button, and publish button all over again. So we'll move on to services here. Let's just say this image, it's nice, but could be touched up. So this image is locked in place. Of course, I can drag it around. But what I'll choose to do here is just click Change Image. And if I wanted to upload any of my own, I could go Upload here, and it would pull a file that I want. But let's just go Media from Wix for all of our free stunning images. And if I remember correctly, we're offering building services. So I'm going to search for building here. And let's go with this image. This kind of speaks a bit more to what I'm looking for. And just like that, Wix will automatically trim it, cut it in, and we've got settings in here. You can go ahead and get into the exact details here, adjust the colors, change it around. We can crop it out, filters, again, animation, linking as well. This little icon up top represents the link. If ever I wanted to link an image or even text, for example, all I'd be looking to do is click this little link icon, and then that can either link it to another part of my website, or we can go ahead and link it to an additional web address. So if I wanted to link this to, say, wikipedia.com/building, that would be quite all right. Click Done, and now this becomes underlined as to show that this is linked. So here we have a good example of a strip. Our big blue image here of the night sky is our background, but moving down we have various strips, and within each strip we have content elements, images, and text. But this white, it's nice and relaxing, but let's go ahead and change this strip background to something a little more pizzazzy. There we are, the New York skyline. We'll see how it fits on my text here, but if we go ahead and put that in, it's a very busy strip. Perhaps a little bit of color to match color lights. But now services can't be seen. So if we want to go to services here, maybe brighten this up, double click again. We can change our text color here. And we'll just brighten it up once more. And we just exit out. And once again, we have various effects, line spacing. These are all details for you to play with on your own time. We'll just exit out there. And that's a strip background changed. Now, if we wanted to add some of our own stuff, in addition to accessing menus, background, we're going to go ahead and click Add here, and we're presented with a whole different wide array of pieces of content that we can add. So let's just start with the basic here, a text. So we can add heading text, we can add paragraph text, title text. Let's start off with a paragraph text. We click it, and now it appears on screen. And just like this, go ahead and just added this in, edit the text. And right now, just typing out a few words, seeing if we can get some inspiration here. So as you saw right there, the strip moved with us. So here, we can use the stretch feature of our strip to control the overlap. So you can kind of see what's happened though. This image that was placed here, this in fact is a strip background. But by stretching the strip, we've in fact shown through the background here. So let's just say we bring that back just a little bit here. So I'm not sure. We're looking for a nice balance between adding the text. Yep, adding the text and then having the strip not show too much background. Of course, we can always kind of crop our own images, and when we go ahead and change the strip background, when we import images, we can basically change how big we want it to be. And color behind the image, this is going to be the opacity here. So we can merge basically our strip background with a various color here if we wanted to create some effects, and of course more animations. And so when you're building your website, just think about how your visitor will kind of flow through your website, what they'll be looking for, what information. So we've had our title page, we've had our services, we've had about, and here's a nice little break, just kind of some little numbers to break it up, and then into some projects here. So I'm seeing this is a slideshow. So within here, this acts as a gallery. We can go ahead and drag in our own gallery here if we wanted to make it overlap. And so what I'm just going to do here is just go ahead and delete that gallery. And although it doesn't make too much sense, we can always just drag out, stretch some of our images. And of course, if we want to change these images, you guessed it, we just click in, and then we're looking for Manage Media. And then from here, we can go ahead and replace any images that we want from that gallery, and then we're presented with our media folder again. And of course, by double clicking here, we'll go ahead and add that in. So it's as simple as that with galleries. You've got a whole wide range of formats there. Buttons as well, super important when it comes to having someone taking action on your website. So by just dropping a button here, you can just pull that down, stretch it out a bit, kind of bring it down into place, change the text, learn more, and easy as. I'm just seeing here if we wanted to increase the text of the button, we might need to stretch. There we are. Yep, so we went design, customize design. We've got the color, border, corners, text, and then the font size we can change here. And then of course, color, as you do. So yeah, there's a lot to play around with when it comes to putting content on the website. I won't go through all of these, but pretty much the important ones to remember are text, image, button, gallery, video, social are going to be little social bars. If we wanted to add one of these as well, similar to buttons in the essence that you're looking for people to take action on your website. And then from here, we can go ahead and get into set social links, and then kind of coming in here and then changing that link to whatever our Facebook link would be. But I'll leave that for the moment. Adding apps. So Wix has a marketplace that will allow you to add apps that you want into your website. So bookings, for example, if you're a restaurant-based business, having the ability for customers to be able to book directly on your website has its advantages. I can't personally recommend any of these, but there's surely an app out there for anything. And if there isn't, I'm sure getting in touch with Wix, and they'll be able to let you know if they have one either in the works or if there is one already available. Media, this is where we control photos that we've uploaded to Wix library, for this specific website. And obviously we've used these images here. We have access to Shutterstock images, and any images that we would upload would be right here. And there's a nice little search bar, once again, if we wanted to look for anything. And moving straight down, starting a blog. Blogs are similar to websites, or they're similar to web pages. They act as a different page on your website, but have certain properties and certain elements that allow you to kind of keep the date and time, kind of add content at your discretion. So yeah, in a nutshell, if you are interested in blogging or putting the odd article up on your website, they can serve to pull in traffic to your website and then have people click through to other elements. Bookings, so this is just an ad for their app market. So there you go. So we've just about covered mostly all the basic features of Wix. The main things to just remember are any changes that we make. If autosave isn't enabled, we're going to want to click save. And when we're ready to preview, we can go ahead and click preview. Yep, I like that light change. Yep, I like building 2. The button that leads nowhere, social links, and back to editor, and the publish. The publish button is the magic button that takes all of the changes that we've just made and puts them on the internet to see. So yeah, just remember have fun with it. You can't really do anything wrong. Using a mouse is definitely going to be the best way to go about it, as opposed to a trackpad. Just the ability to drag and drop a lot more quickly and work your way through it. Well, thanks so much for joining me on this Wix tutorial. Best of luck with your own websites, and go out there and have a great day.